Hello, this is AC Blender Tutorials, and today we're going to start a few videos for how to make a complex Minecraft block in Blender. So to start, we will just create our meter cube. Actually, let me turn on our screencast keys. So I've just sized the cube so that it fits into the 1 meter grid. Now for alignment purposes, I'm going to adjust it so that its origin is at the origin of the grid and that it extends in the positive axis directions. Now, for simplicity, I'm going to unwrap it now. So this will be very similar to the simple block tutorial. So you can see that each face is on its consumes the entire UV map area. So now we'll open our image texture so you can see it. Turn on the textured view. I'll turn the shading to shadeless so we can see all of it. And you can see that the texture is blurry in the viewport. So go to the User Preferences, System, turn off Maps, and now it's crisp in the viewport. Now I will adjust these faces so that they're orientated the correct way. So let's rotate them inside the UV editor until it matches the image in the UV editor. Okay, so that looks like it's the entire cube. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to subdivide the entire thing into 16ths. So each face corresponds to a Minecraft pixel. Now if you want to have different textures in each face, now is the time where you would scale the different faces and move them around on the UV map. But I'm not going to do that. So for here I will just go into subdividing it 15 cuts. And if I make sure that I don't have any units set up, then on the display I can change the subdivisions to 16 for the grid. So now you can see the grid corresponds to Minecraft pixels as well. So I can see that my subdivisions are the right size, comparing them to the texture and to the grid. And you can see that the subdivision did not interfere with the UVs at all. So now what I'm going to do is I will do a bevel. So I will set a bevel of 1/64th. And all this is doing, make sure I'm in face select mode, all this is doing is we're modifying the UV map. So you can see right now that I used the loop slide and it has moved in all of the faces in such a way that they're properly aligned with the pixels that we want. So now what I will do is select the inverted faces. I will scale about their origins and scale them twice. The border was done at just the right offset, so I could scale it twice and it would be back to the original size. So now if I turn off the limit to visible, you can see that I have all of these collapsed faces. So now I'm going to create vertex groups, and these are going to control the displacement. And I can set up the groups in several ways. If I do this, I'm selecting just the faces on this face. And you'll notice it's not connected to the top. This is the way I'm going to do it now, and then I'm going to change it later in the next. I just want you to see the differences and how these behave later. But for now, I'm going to set up the vertex groups for each face like this. So I'm going to set them up to correspond to the axes. So I will call this the y negative. This will be the y positive. Make sure they're working. Okay, good. And then now I will set up the x positive. Assign those. Set up the x negative. Assign. I'll set up the z positive. And now I'll set up the z negative. And let me just try out these last few so know the y is working correctly. X positive, x negative, z positive, z negative. Okay, so those assignments are working correctly, and our cube is properly UV mapped. So thank you for watching. If you liked, please share this, subscribe, and help other people find it. And I hope you join me for the next tutorial where we will actually be displacing this surface. Thank you. Bye.